Beauty. It is one of the most compelling forces known to the human species. We seek out beauty. We celebrate beauty. We try endlessly to create beauty and surround ourselves with it. For Philip Taylor, the owner and craftsman at 1642 Designs, beauty isn't just a buzzword. It's a compulsion. He's always been driven by the creation of beauty, and now this compulsion has evolved into the resurrection of a largely forgotten art. The art of the ebonist of the Dutch Golden Age, specifically the art of the waving engine. When Philip started his quest, all he had to guide him were trade books with engravings from the 17th and 18th centuries and the work itself that has survived for 300 years. The waving engine creates ripple molding or flame molding. It was essentially the first three-axis machine in human history. Modern methods just couldn't make ripple molding look right. The results were too regular, too predictable, too perfect. Not living and breathing like the original knife-scraped work. Philip found that the only way to create the textures of the originals was to make them the same way as the originals. So now all of his moldings are cut one shaving at a time on the waving engine, while each flat surface is hand-planed to give authentic period textures. The frame backs are roughly scrub-planed, just like the originals. He even goes so far as to use traditional mortise and tenon or spline joinery on the subframe to ensure the strength and survival of the frame for generations. Each element of molding or marquetry is cut and fit individually on the subframe, just like in the period originals. The result is much more like music than industry. Philip thinks of it like this. Each ripple or waving pattern has its own frequency, and those frequencies produce the equivalent of harmonies or perhaps different time signatures. When all the straight molding, ripple moldings, wave moldings, fine veneers, and period-correct finishing are added together, an essentially endless palette of visual music is achieved, and it can affect one in much the same way music does. For Philip, it is emotional, it is compelling, and it elevates the art cradled within. When investing in fine art, it makes sense to put that art in a visual context that doesn't just separate the art from the wall, but frames the art in the same way a philosophical argument is framed. The art is put in context and enriched by the quality and energy of the framing. Quality, energy, and timeless craftsmanship. Impractical, yes. Unrealistic, yes. But the results are undeniably beautiful.